Gunline. Fire mission coming down, y'all. I'm your host, Lopez, and you're listening to the On the Gunline podcast, where we chop it up and shoot shit like we would out in the field. So go on and pop a squat because it's about to get hot right now. You are on the gun line now. Well, if this is your first time listening to me, thank you for coming here. Do me a favor and subscribe to the podcast. You don't have to like it or unlike it just yet, but if you do seem to like it, do me a favor and thumb that bitch up. And go ahead and subscribe and put it to on YouTube for all notifications. That way you know when a new episode drops. Check it out, y'all. If you're wondering why it's called the On the Gunline podcast, well, I'll give you the quick rundown. Out in the field, when you're on the gun line in the field artillery world, that's where you have the best conversations. Always best conversations. Since I've been out of the military, I've missed those conversations because usually when I have them out here with civilians, it's something that they look at you like with side-eyed or like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? You know, and I figured today we probably do like an NCOPD while we're at it. And for those that don't know what an NCOPD is, it's a non-commissioned officer professional development. Basically, I want to give you guys a story with a message in it. So with that being said, on the gun line, once again, you would have like one section talking about somebody probably got a hooker off Craigslist who ended up being a double leg amputee, but they were still horny, so they just hit it anyway, raw dog, and now she's possibly pregnant. Or you can go to a different section and you'll hear some private talking about how they just noticed that their bank account is being drained since they got to the field. But, you know, they swear that the stripper they married 3 weeks ago loves them and she's doing it probably for the betterment of the relationship. Or you could come to my section and hang out and you'll hear me giving an NCOPD about situational awareness. And it will go something like this. So the year was about 2005. And we were getting ready to go to our first field problem. I was part of the CAT crew. The CAT being the carrier ammo track. Basically, all we do is carry all the ammo for the gun section in a mechanized unit. And then we hump the rounds to the gun whenever they start firing. It'd be nice if they actually did it mated. Unfortunately, they don't do that. Usually it'll be Overwatch, because that's just how they like to put us out there 100 fucking meters to the rear, and then every so often, every so many rounds, you're carrying 2 100-pound shells back to the fucking gun, even though the gun has X amount of shells already in them. But you know they can't be left without them. So you gonna get strong. You gonna get strong if you ain't strong, because you're wearing all that motherfucking gear. Anywho, so I was part of the CAT section. And my CAT, it was myself, Holguin, McConnell, Larkin, and Roycroft. Piece of shit. Anyways, so Roycroft was weird. He was our ammo team chief. So he was in the hatch as we were cruising. And I think Larkin was the driver. And me, McConnell, and Holguin were in the back. And we had our CVCs on. And we could hear dumbass Roycroft up there kind of making noises like bubble noise, like bloop, 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 and whistling dumb shit. It was just fucking retarded. That guy, I should have known it from the get-go that he was not somebody to listen to, because that piece of shit ended up taking me to a place to go get a fucking vehicle, to go buy one. And he swore I was getting a hell of a good deal at fucking 18%. Turns out he was getting a kickback. He would get $400 for every person that he took there. So fuck you, Roycroft. Fuck you. I know I've told that story a few times before, but I just really hate that piece of shit. That's why I've got fucking ran through by everybody up in this block. Anywho, I digress. So back to the NCOPD. So yeah, I was out going out of the field, and after we got out there, we were cruising for a couple of hours. Usually you show up when we go out to the field, usually you show about 6-7 hours before you even SP. Just standard data for the Army and the field artillery. Then you'll do your weapons draw, you'll get your SI, and then you'll do a guard mount if you're in a good unit. And you do your load plan, go over go over your you go over your route and all that good shit. All right, and then you fucking roll out, right? Once you get that move order, you're gone. The cat, we don't know shit. We're just in there and we got our ATC, and then the gun crew, they're ahead of us. So usually it goes gun cat, gun cat, gun cat, and you take off to the field. Once we get to the field, they'll do a nav update, or well, I'm not gonna even go into that. But let's just say the guns take off into the Papa Alpha, and they'll go ahead and start occupying. Once they're done occupying, then the cats will go behind their guns and pretty much set back 100 meters, facing the opposite way in Overwatch. And once they're done occupying, everybody gets set. They send up the peace status. Everything's good to go. Position improvement is done. Then we get a little bit of downtime before it's time to get the training. And we're going out there because we were doing our tables. I think we had to certify as a section, if I remember correctly. Yeah, we had to, because I was there out during I was gonna be part of the breach crew, which is basically where they break down the breach. But all my job was on the breach was to put the motherfucking little ball bearings and then the spring back on and put the firing back together. That's all I had to do. Because yeah, they take off the fire mech, they give it to me, and then I would be sitting in the back and I would disassemble it, put it outside, and then I'm done. But the breach crew is doing their shit, taking everything else apart, and then we got to put it all back together. And there's these 3 little fucking BBs, man. These 3 little ball bearings that you got to put back inside into the firing mech, and they put the spring on. And if you don't do it correctly, one of the fucking ball bearings falls out. They're going to be waiting on you, and you don't want to be the reason they bust times. Because, anyways, I learned a little secret about putting the fucking GA in between the little holes. That way the ball bearings didn't fucking fall apart. I'm thinking about it right now. I think I can still do that shit. Huh. Anywho, so we went ahead and we occupied. We're out in the middle of fucking nowhere in Fort Hood, Texas. And it had to be May or June-ish, maybe. I can't remember now. All I know, it was hot as fucking balls out there. We were in CVCs. For those that don't know, CVCs are basically overalls with an ass flap on them. And we were getting ready to eat lunch. So after we occupied and did all our shit, they gave us downtime to go ahead and eat lunch. And our lunch were MREs. And I remember specifically, I got this fucking goddamn MRE that I hated. It was Country Captain Chicken. Or Captain Crunch Chicken. Something country chicken is what I remembered. It was nasty. It was fucking nasty. But somebody, I don't know if it came in the MRE bag, but somebody had a Dairy Shake strawberry, and I traded for that shit. I got that Dairy Shake strawberry. All I know is I got the Dairy Shake strawberry because I love me some Dairy Shake strawberry. And but I don't think that the Dairy Shake strawberry and the Country Captain Chicken liked each other very much, because what ended up happening was I ended up getting a case of the bubble guts, yo. And the last thing you want to have back then was a case of the bubble guts. Now, this is 2005, all right? In the middle of fucking Fort Hood, there ain't no porter potties out there. There is no porter shitters whatsoever. So this is during the time that if you had to go and drop a deuce, you were digging a cat hole, baby. And that consisted of you grabbing some toilet paper and your e-tool and taking a walk. So I told Roycroft, hey, I got to go take a shit. I'll be back. And I walked into the wood line. And, look, man, I'll tell you something. You need to get comfortable with spiders if you join the army and go into the field artillery, because those motherfuckers be everywhere. Specifically in Fort Hood, there was these things I ended up learning they're called banana spiders. They're these big, creepy, fucking huge web spinning spiders that are yellow and black, and they look scary as fuck, but apparently they're not harmful. I don't know this. I'm from LA. We got little spiders and shit that we don't got those big ass creepy crawling motherfuckers. So I'm trying to find, like the howitzers, a suitable location for me to go pop a squat and let them that liquefied shit come out my ass because I am struggling. Dude, I'm talking about it was bad. Like I'm talking about my stomach. I feel that shit going. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm talking about? Like it feels like your guts are turning inside out and shit. And I swear to God, if I would have farted, I would have sharded. You know what I mean? And that's not gonna happen to me on my first field problem out there. No, not with the crew I was with. Hell to the knob, baby. So I need to find a place to shit. But like everywhere that I looked at to go take a shit had fucking spiders in it, bro. And one thing I did learn was to fucking walk with your motherfucking weapon up and down range. Kind of how they tell us to go walk when we go out to the shooting range, up and down range. Always walk with your fucking weapon that way when you're walking to go find a spot to go, because that way if there's a spider web you won't walk into it, because I almost did. So anyways, again, situational awareness, right? That's what this all boils down to, situational awareness. I finally found a suitable location, you know, or what I thought was a suitable location, because I didn't see any more spider webs. So I couldn't take it no more. Honestly, I was about to shit myself, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. This shit was about to start squirting out my ass. So I know probably some of y'all are like, what the fuck? There's a message here, bro. There's a message, trust me. So, anyways, what do? I don't got time to dig a cat hole, baby. It's not gonna happen. Because as soon as I swing that damn shovel and start digging, I ain't got time to dig 2 fucking feet deep. You know, I gotta do this. I gotta fucking open my flap, let my boxers down, squat down, and just let that shit spray out. You heard that right? Spray, okay? Spray. It doesn't solid coming out of there. That dairy shake strawberry, it liquefied whatever was in my stomach, along with that country captain chicken. So what did I do? I opened my flap, put my boxers down. I said boxers, not boxer briefs, boxers. Some of us got packages that can't be held back. You know what I'm saying? We like our shit to just be swinging around like a goddamn ding dong bell gong thing. Anywho, so I pop a squat, bro. And I still remember vividly that as soon as I popped my squat, there was an immediate pain in my ass. Not in my ass, but on my left ass cheek and on my right nut. Can you guess what it was that caused this pain? Well, in Texas, it's pretty desertish. And there's these plants out there that have these very thorny, spiky things on them. And they fucking hurt. Basically, I got stabbed on my left ass cheek and on my right nut by a fucking cactus plant, bro. Why? Because I was not situationally aware of my area. I thought I was cleared. I thought everything was good, but I was only focusing on one immediate threat, which were the spiders. I never thought about the fucking plants with the thorns on them. So, much like in life, if you don't watch where you're at, or if you're too focused on one threat over another, you could either get stabbed in the ass by a prick or stuck in somebody else's shit. So you need to be situationally aware of all your surroundings. That's my NCOPD. I hope you got something out of that. Situational awareness, y'all. Just like at work. If you're in the civilian sector, you got to watch out how you speak to people, because they will HR your ass in a heartbeat. What is HR? Motherfucking EO. If you're not situationally aware of your area, and you're having a conversation with somebody you trust and get down with like that, and you're telling some off-color jokes and whatnot, you ain't got to be telling it to them. They'll go and fucking drop a dime on you in a heartbeat, bro. And then your ass is in trouble. You know what I mean? And unlike in the military, you can't get fired. I mean, you can get fired. They will fire your ass in a heartbeat because they'll call that shit harassment. At least in the in EO land, you'll probably get an ass chewing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a counseling statement. Out here, they don't play that shit. So be careful of your surroundings. Be situationally aware of where you're at. I hope you enjoyed that NCOPD. So that was that was one of the topics I wanted to hit on today. If y'all like that NCOPD, let me know. And I'll do another NCOPD. Let me know what topic you want me to hit on. You know what I'm saying? I'm more than glad to find a story to coalesce, to go with it. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be a good idea to lead on into the podcast. So if you're still here with me, I appreciate you, man. I know y'all went through some nasty shit to listen to this. But the next topic I'm going to jump onto, man, is a little bit more on the serious side, and it has to do with being patriotic. When did it become wrong to have love for your flag or have love for your country? When did that become vilified? And the reason I'm saying that is because I've been hearing conversations about people saying, this country sucks and only racists have flags that, are proud of this country and blah, blah, blah. And I don't get that. I really don't get that. I stay away from the news. Again, thank God. I stopped watching the news. I started getting sucked into with this whole Israel bullshit and Palestine bullshit, which, you know what? I'm going to put my 2 cents in this. Free Palestine. All right? That's my view. Free Palestine. What do I mean by that? I'm not saying I'm pro-Hamas. I'm saying I'm pro-Palestine. Before it was called Israel, wasn't that place called Palestine? I'm just asking. Isn't that what it was called? Wasn't it called Palestine? And weren't there Israelis or Jewish people? Let's just say, weren't there Jewish people living there amongst Christians as well as fucking Muslims? I'm just saying. They were there, right? But then when the whole influx of all the Jewish people that were coming in, the Palestinians kind of got upset because they noticed that they were being overran. And then not only that, they were pretty much done with what they did with the Indians here, put in reservations. Except, over there, they got them in the Gaza Strip and the West Bank. Anyway, that's just my point of view on that. That's where I'm at on it. I'm not a fucking, look, just call it fucking, why don't I just call it Holy Land? That's it. Call it that. Change the name. Because the Palestinians, just because you change the name of the fucking, from Palestine to Israel, doesn't change the fact that it was still Palestine at one point. And I get it. Biblically, somewhere in there, it was called Israel as well. I don't know. I'm not going to get into that theological shit. What I'm getting into is it's almost genocidal what we're seeing here. All right. That's just in my point of view. Again, it's bugging the fuck out of me, that because I say free Palestine, people think that I'm being anti-Semitic. I'm not being anti-Semitic. I know a lot of Jewish motherfuckers. I have a lot of Jewish friends. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying fuck Israel. I'm just saying fuck all this conflict bullshit, man. We don't need another fucking war. We don't. Look, man, we fucking don't. Let's be real. We don't. Let's not get involved. You want to be involved? Look, I'm sure that IDF is probably paying for plane tickets. Go get your ass out there and go help them. That's just my point of view on that. It's okay for motherfuckers to be waving around the Israeli flag or the Palestinian flag. But if I wave around the American flag, all of a sudden I'm a motherfucking racist. How's that? Or if you wave the Palestinian flag, you're anti-Semitic. But I don't hear anybody saying that if you wave around the Jewish flag that you're Islamophobic. Anyways, going back to my topic, I wanted to talk about patriotism. Whatever happened to being patriotic? Whatever happened to having love for your country? I have love for this country, a lot of love, because they gave my family, and I've said it before, they gave my family an opportunity that otherwise wouldn't be afforded to them in their own countries. My dad is from El Salvador. All right. My mom's from Nicaragua. They met out here in LA. They had my brother Doug and they had me. And then because of Doug and myself, I guess, we were anchor babies, I guess they call it. They were able to file papers to be legal. All right. This is in the fucking 60s. I mean, this is in the 70s. And through that, they brought over, my the rest of a couple of my brothers and a couple of my sisters. All right, from El Salvador and Nicaragua. And it's not like, we came over here to mooch off the country, off the land. They didn't come here to be parasites. Now, I'm not saying that that's what most people are doing, that come over here to just leech off the government. They're not. They're trying to come over here to find a better place, a better way. We do need to fix our immigration system, point blank, period. But I'm proud that this country gave my family the opportunity to succeed. All right. For example, and it's not like we didn't do our part for it. You know what I'm saying? Like Ed joined the Marine Corps. He fought in the Persian Gulf War. All right. And I'm not saying like he was in the rear with the gear. This motherfucker was actually in the tank battles out there in Kuwait. He assisted in liberating Kuwait. So it's not like he was just fucking, oh, I was there on the fob. No, he was in the fucking fight to liberate that goddamn country, Kuwait. All right, in the Marine Corps. My brother Robert, he was in the Marine Corps. He was uh airplane mechanic. So he helped keep those birds in the air, baby. Help keep those birds in the air. My brother Ramiro, he was in the Army, infantry. Didn't go to combat, but he served his country honorably. Did his 8 years, and then I served. So that's my way of thanking this country for giving us that opportunity. And yeah, I love our country. I love our flag. I have a flag right outside of my door, and I'm proud of that flag. And yes, I know to put light on it before somebody tries to get me at nighttime. Do you have a light on it? Yes, I do. Anywho, but I don't understand why we vilify motherfuckers that are out there and show love for this country. And I heard a lot of the arguments are like, oh, how can you care for a country that still treats its minorities such and such way? Look, man, I'll tell you this. Is America a racist country? No, it's not. But does it have racists in it? Yes. There's racists. There's motherfuckers that favor one race over another. All right. There's motherfuckers. Now, I don't consider myself to be racist. I don't think that my race is superior to any race. However, I do tend to be prejudiced. And if you guys want to lie to yourself and say that you're not prejudiced, you fucking are. Every single one of us is prejudiced to some degree. I'll paint a picture for you. You see a motherfucking, you see a big ass corn-fed white boy driving around with a motherfucking rebel flag in the back of his car. You automatically think that motherfucker is a racist ass white man. Now, I'm not saying that the Confederate flag or the rebel flag doesn't have racial connotations to it, but for some people, it's just Southern pride. For some, all right, not all. I know a lot of them use it for their low racial things, but not all. But what I'm saying is, you already judged this person without even fucking knowing. All right. You know what? Take that away. Let's take away the fucking the rebel flag, and you see a big ass corn-fed white boy driving a Ford F-150 out in the middle of Georgia, in the middle of fucking nowheres. But he has the American flag flying in the back and a MAGA flag or a Trump 2024 flag. You're automatically going to think he's racist. Why? Because you're prejudging. He probably doesn't have a racist bone in his body. His wife is probably black. So I'm just saying, we're all guilty of prejudging. Just like I know that if I saw a motherfucker dressed up with his pants sagging, all baggy, looking like garbage. Sorry, I just never understood the not ironing your pants and sagging them. I'm gonna automatically think this motherfucker, he might try something, or he's up to no good. I'm not gonna lie, that's my head. In my head, my fist is already balled up because I am not gonna play that game with some people. But then again, if I see someone, you know what? And let me tell you something. You probably thought I was gonna say a black person. I never said it was a black person, did I? I said just a motherfucker with his pants sagging, all baggy. Did you picture him black? Who's judging now? Because I've seen a lot of white boys that do that shit. And for some reason, I've seen my own race do that shit. I don't understand why my people sag pants. I never was into sagging pants. I grew up in South Central LA, bro, with blacks. Nothing but blacks when blacks were the majority there. And I never sagged my pants because I like the style of the raza, which was, goddamn, it looks sharp. Creased up motherfucking Dickies or Ben Davis, creased up shirts, ironed out. You know what I'm saying? Not looking like our t-shirts could collect Social Security with all those wrinkles on it. Anyways, so again, I go to asking, why is it wrong to have pride in your country? It gave me the opportunity to fucking be successful. Do I consider myself successful? Yes, I do. I do. I don't have a want. Let me rephrase. I don't have a need. I have everything that I need and some things that I want. So that to me is successful. Anywho, I'm rambling here and I gotta go pick my son up. So I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoyed my NCOPD. Remember, situational awareness. Situational awareness. If you don't watch where you're at, you could either get stabbed in the ass by a prick or stuck in somebody else's shit. Always be aware of your surroundings. With that said, rounds complete. And the mission, Gunline out. Go check out on thegunline.com and buy a shirt. Deuces, y'all.